But during the last 13 years, over and over again, reports of bizarre, grisly chainsaw mass murders have persisted all across the state of Texas. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre has not stopped. It haunts Texas. It seems to have no end.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to On the Great Media. This is Josh here, checking in on you out there in YouTube land. How you doing? Dust yourself off. Stretch. I'm gonna go quick, but I'm gonna be deep and quick. There's a joke in there. Anyway, so yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk and kind of get some of your guys' feedback and just kind of open up the lines of communication, give a little background about myself and what I'm into and kind of what I'm struggling with currently. I work full time. I also have a work phone, and I'm also a supervisor program manager for an agency, and I work for the state. When I'm not at work, like I said, I have a phone that's going off constantly, so I'm always dealing with work stuff all the time. And I have a family. I have a son, and my lovely wife, and we've got animals. I have a lot of responsibilities outside of what I do, and I'm also really into art and hobbies and playing music. And just recently, YouTube. This is like my newest of my hobbies, right? And I've decided that I'm in love with doing this, but I think I'm in love with a different aspect of it. We'll get into it. So every day I get home from work, and after doing all the things that I want to do with my family and everyone's kind of ready for bed and tucked in, I only have like maybe 2 hours to, if I want to create any new content, create content. If I want to write some new riffs, write some riffs. If I have to deal with workplace stuff, right? God forbid I want to draw or take my dog for a walk. I have a small, limited time frame. I'm super busy, and that's by design because I like that. The issue is I actually don't have any time to do one of my favorite pastimes, which is screen and watch horror flicks. Watching horror movies keeps me sane, the same way some people would say working out. I also like to exercise. I try to do that every day before I go to bed. That really takes the edge off for me. I love working out. So I'm at kind of this crossroads where I have tons of new physical media coming in that I want to watch and that I want to talk about. And I have no time to do it because I'm so worried about, this is a total do-it-yourself experience. There's no production. There's nobody else. There's just me. And everything you see here, I've just kind of set up. There's really nothing to it. So, I did get a decent light and I got a decent camera, and that's it. Everything else is just off the cuff, on the fly, right? So finding time to watch scary movies has not been something that I'm really good at making time for. When it becomes summer too, I'm going to want to walk. I'm going to want to travel. All these different things are going to happen. And my cat's trying to come in the door. And because we're going behind the curtain, you might as well just fucking come in. Come on in. Come on in, Bonesy. It's fine. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. So physical media. What I discovered while I'm making these YouTube clips is that what I really geek out on and what I find the most enjoyable is having, a pair of reference headphones on and actually watching clips and trying to slow that down, warp it, fuck with the audio, and get inside my own head is what I would think would actually look cool. And sometimes 20 seconds of footage can take me 4 hours to do because I get so excited about it and I second guess myself. And so anyway, going back in time, I guess the point is, having time for physical media is not an option at the moment. So I'm going back through and watching old physical media, picking things I already love about it and trying to highlight those things in videos. And it's been super rewarding, which I did not see coming. I love making YouTube content. I think this is really fun. I hope people aren't totally annoyed by it. If you're still here watching, God bless you. You deserve some sort of fucking medal or something. But yeah, the behind the scenes stuff, the actual editing of the clips and like watching things that kind of get inside my head and, messing with that is the only thing that I really, really like about it. The being on camera part doesn't totally bother me, but I'm not in love with it because I've got like 11 different lights and click, click, bing, bump, all over the goddamn. Oh, it's a nightmare. And they're never set up because I have a 6-year-old. So My little music studio area is also, I got cats, I got dogs, they just kind of run in. So it takes a long time to set up and just have the same thing all the time. And I'm kind of a perfectionist, so I'm not really happy with the way it looks, the way it sounds, because the settings get jacked up every time I have it where I like it. It's been trying. It's been really trying, just to put it lightly. So if something new is coming out and I'm getting it, I'm gonna definitely focus on, I gotta watch this movie because I want to talk about it and I want to share how I feel. But I'm not going to be in such a rush as to try to compete with all these other YouTubers that I watch and that I appreciate. That's what they're there for. Maybe that's their full-time job. Maybe that's their main gig, and maybe that's all that they have. Maybe they don't have friends or family. I mean, I'm not judging anybody. But I'm not going to be the first one to break news. So if you know that and you're still here, that's awesome. I want to talk about movies that I already love, that are already favorites of mine, because it's really easy stuff to create and it actually gets me excited. Trying to go through 1,000+ movies and think of like, what do I like about this one? What about this one? Like, it's endless content, but it can also burn you out. And I'm starting to see that where you shouldn't be talking about something just because you need a new video to put out. That's not what I'm going to be about. I'm going to try to actually tell you what I like about a movie about like Dagon and what happened to me when I watched it. I think that's much more compelling and much more realistic. And it's also like, it's honest. And I feel like you can see the character and the true self in the people that do that kind of stuff. And that's what I want to do. Also, in the beginning, I was worried about what people would think. That's not who I am as a person. That's the complete contrary to how I live my life. I'm a very, very outspoken person. I can be a little bit quiet if you don't know me. I'm a Scorpio and I can just judge you and just see how your personality, I just don't give you everything when I first meet you. I might be like, what's up, dude? I'll be cool and calm, but I'm not going to be like, hey, how about your flair? Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to sell you on anything. I'm going to be a straight shooter for the most part. That's kind of straight shooter. I sound so lame. My apologies. That was a horrible reference. Anyway, yeah, I want to be authentic. I want to be real. I don't want to just create content just so it's out there, just so you guys have something to watch. My favorite thing about YouTube forever was I get through the work week and it's Friday night. I get to have some adult beverages, take my mind off things, and I get to watch my favorite scary movie. And then after that, I get to watch people talk about what they liked about it. I've always geeked out on that. I know stupid movie facts. I have a dumb brain where I remember everything. And I get really passionate about that kind of stuff. And I geek out over details for sure. Film codexes and the way they're shot and the different audio. I go way deep on that kind of stuff on accident. And I annoy everybody around me. So now I'm here to annoy you. And I hope that's okay. Yeah, I don't want to be the guy that just puts out a ton of shit just so you have a ton of shit to watch. I actually want you to do what I used to do, which is where I'd kind of get cozy. There's a fire going, put it on, and it's just like in the background, and you're just kind of vibing out, and you can kind of like listen to it while you're cleaning the house, or while you're, maybe you're learning a new riff, or you're just kind of picking at something, and it's just background noise. It can be a friend depending on how much you like the person you're engaging with, but it just feels familiar, and that's what I want my channel to be. I want people to want to have me on in the background and not totally annoy them with some hot take that I'm trying to get a click out of you or sell you something. I don't give a shit about that. I care about you if you're actually watching me and you're interested in what I'm into. Dude, I got your back all day until you do me wrong. And even if you just don't like anything, that's okay too, because horror is subjective. It sounded like I said whore. They could be subjective. I'm talking about horror flicks though, people. My bad. I also make really bad jokes. Welcome everybody. Have a seat. I'll be here for about 14 more minutes. So yeah, wanted to do kind of an off-the-cuff video and just get down to the brass tacks of how I'm feeling about YouTube, what I like about it. And I guess if you really want to know why I created a channel, I was watching some of my favorite YouTubers, and you know how they'll do like Ask Me Anything? They would say, ask me anything. Or they would say, hey, what do you want to see from this channel? And in my head, I'm like, dude, you've already got me as an audience member. You got to do this. My favorite things about this, the top this, the blah, blah, blah. I mean, I'd have like 15 things. And when none of those things were ever chosen, I've been waiting like a year to want to actually do it. To where I said, you know what? I'm fucking done with this. If no one's not going to cover gore or style or the best VHS art covers or the music, and I know there's people out there that do that and they're fucking awesome at it, but I have a really specific taste in the niche that I wanted to tackle. I'm still not there yet because I'm trying to figure out what I can get away with and what I can't on YouTube. And so far, having that first content strike, it kind of shied me back a little bit from going for the throat, which is how I am naturally. Yeah, I love death metal. I love country, outlaw country music. I'm covered in tattoos. I've always been kind of a hell seeker. So to actually be like, oh, I don't want to offend you, it's been really hard for me. And also thinking like somebody from in my personal life is going to see this and be like, how could you say that? How could you do this? How could you do that? And if they actually said that to me, it's like, go fuck yourself. I actually don't care what you think. And now I know that about you. And so, yeah, you're out. Go sell crazy someplace else. We're stocked up here, right? I don't need that. So I got to go off the cuff. I got to go off the fly. I got to say fuck, hell, damn, shit, piss. I got to say it all. Motherfucker. I got to get it all out because that's who I am. I'm that kind of person. Kind of a punk rocker. So I got to let that freak flag fly. And I'm going to offend you sometimes. And I apologize for that in advance. But just know that this is my channel and it's what I want to talk about. So if I say something that pushes the envelope or rubs you the wrong way, be like, I actually don't agree. And why do you even like this? And I'll be like, I think that people need to be exposed to so-and-so or whatever. And I also didn't think I was going to talk for 11 minutes about how I'm feeling. But this could be kind of like a therapy session. So I threw my notes away after 2 minutes, you guys. I don't actually have notes. I don't have a script reader. I don't use anything. I just talk to the camera. Sometimes I will take a few takes and try to like clip those together. But for the most part, you know, I'm making a video about Dagon and I just thought, you know, it'd be cool as if I had some oceanic effects in there. Why do I love Dagon? Like, where was I in my life when I discovered that? That's just like, that's really basic stuff. A lot of that comes off the top of your head anyway. I want this to be sustainable and I don't want to just fucking burn the candle at all ends because I'm super busy. I keep saying that. Like, I don't need an award or a pat on the back. I just want to know let you guys to know that there's going to be some lulls where when I actually get into the clips and the editing part, that could take a few days if it's something I'm super, super in love with, such as music, right? I want to cover my favorite bands. I want to put some of my favorite music videos together and rearrange them and do discographies and things that you might not know and things that you should check out. And hey, they also have this cool side project. I'm also aware of copyright issues. One of my favorite bands, my hero basically, besides Jack Nicholson, is Glenn Danzig. Everything he does, I know he's been knocked out. I know he's a little bit tacky sometimes and he's out of touch. Doesn't matter. He can do no wrong. Glenn Danzig is God to me. I worship Glenn Danzig. I've seen him like 11 times. He's signed one of my things. I've never actually got to take a picture with him or nothing, but if you're out there, you're my Mount Rushmore. I'm coming after you at some point. Not creepy stalker way, but I'll find you. Can you imagine how cool it would be to just, I mean, I would geek out for like a week taking all the Glenn Danzig footage I could find and making the best video possible. Like a 2-hour video that you could just get drunk to or, you know, kick back and just kind of like relax and watch that kind of stuff. So that's in the hopper. I don't know when I'm going to get to it because I also don't want to piss anybody off and like lose the ability to even make videos on YouTube. So I'm just kind of tipping my waters in there, just dipping my toes in the water and seeing how cold it is. Right now, it feels lukewarm. I can probably dive in. So this is the style I'm going for. I'm just going to tell you how it is for the most part without being a total fucking prick. And you're not going to find a lot of movies that I don't like on this list. And so if you obviously don't like the movie, I still want you to click and find out, well, I like the movie. Because what's cool about physical media and movies in general is as we grow up, tastes change. Movies I hated 5 years ago, I have a soft spot for them now. Oh, well, it kind of told this story. We wouldn't have this actor or this development or this character without them. So I soften on some things and other things I grow to hate even more. So you never know. But we don't have to like the same thing. So there's going to be things that I do that annoy you. I apologize for that. If you're still here, Jiminy fucking Christmas. It's been 14 minutes and 8 seconds. My camera's going to go out of focus again. My cat didn't come in. Life is still good. What can I tell you? I care about you very much. Can't wait to talk to you again soon. Take care. Like, comment, subscribe, all that silly shit you're supposed to say to try to get people to like you. I'd appreciate it if you do, but if you don't, life keeps going, right? World keeps on spinning. Who am I? I'm nobody. Love you. Cheers.